The new format is gonna start in a few days, and by the time this video is up, the new format should be implemented, right? Triple dimension fissure, triple macrocosmos. So those cards hurt us. Like those cards hurt us as well. So if we face those cards, we're gonna be in trouble, and that's not gonna be no joke. Okay, so the reason I let this go through because I think I'm assuming I'm going up against Tier, and I think that my Cho getting banished is not that much of an issue because I can still fulfill the same purpose with this guy, and this will get me to my Lubellion because this is 7s. This will pop Yugioh, pop this, and I can still continue to pop up, and I don't waste my negation. I can deal with a Bystial on his turn, whatever he adds. I can deal with it. So I felt like I can let the trail be banished. But yeah, going back to the Dimension of Fissure and Macrocosmos, Flu is the most obvious pick, right? That they're gonna be utilizing that depending on how many. If they go all in, they go all in. They go. Let's put 3 everything. Okay, let's see how that goes. Because like no matter what, the moment you activate it, right, it forces a response. Because like you still need a mill, right? You still need to like get your cards to grave to mill. So like. Oh yeah, you establish your Kalos, you establish your Collider Heart. Okay, yeah, it's fair enough. But like, if you don't have either or, if you only have one of them, like the moment you face a macro that's flipped or a dimension for that's flipped, like okay, you still gotta like like. But I guess they have the Ishizu cards with the field spell, so that's it's an engine out. So I guess it's not that crazy. So look at this board. It's not bad. I mean, I'm missing the Herald. I ripped up with the Mega, but he basically supplemented it back with the Bystial Search. So he didn't really minus. It's the same amount of cards, but like nonetheless, it's a pretty solid in board. I still have negation. I can double Bystial, and if it's against Tier, this is just insane. Double Bystial and this, it's just too much for them. It's just too much. Like what do you do? And he summons his Bystial, I negate that because like there's no point. Like there's no point of letting that hit the field. He's gonna force my negate anyways. So like I'd just rather just negate it. And he has another tactics. I was like, oh well, I'll just negate that. Okay, negate that for sure. And he goes for the freaking instant fusion. I was like, fair enough. I mean, what did you draw into? I mean, did you open a double talents? Double what? I mean, I guess. And I'm out of negations, but I feel pretty secure because I still have the pop. I still have like draw power. I still have the recursion. I still have double Bystial to just banish. So like, I'm not really scared at the moment. He goes for a Scream, and then this is where I'm like, okay, I just do it now. I banish just to banish the kit. I don't want to like use the effect, summon from hand, and then like start milling. So that's why I just do it now. That's why this card's insane. Freaking Changi is wild and it's so good. It's so good. He goes there. He goes that. He summons that. And at this point, I know he's desperate. Like why he needs to mill, right? And he's exhausted all my resources, like all my interactions. This already burnt. That's burnt. That's burnt. This is not burnt yet. He doesn't know that I have the bitch on hand. So like yeah, that's that. He would need to mill like double, triple name or something, and shufflers as well. And I'm like, I negate this because I'd rather him not mill. Like you can add a trap, that's fine. I just rather you not mill. Because like what can this card in his hand be? Instant Fusion's gone. Is it a have this? It can't be a have this. He would triggered it earlier. He would have just discarded it for this. So I know it's not a name. So like, what am I scared of? Like it's fine. Add the trap. There's no point in me. Why would I risk milling like multiple names? There's just no reason to. He sets 2, and I'm like, I mean, we'll tag out. I try to tag out so I can go into make it again. I was gonna go bring back I'm going for Shen, reborn the junk because I targeted the junk. Yeah, target the junk. Go for Shen, and these two, and then just put pressure, and then make Omega later. Omega Baron again later. And he negates it, and he just scoops. This one is crazy because, oh my goodness, oh my god, you'll see it you'll see it when it happens. Because I was like, okay, so look at it. He whiffed, and this is likely. This happens quite often. I've been playing against quite a few tiers, and this has been happening quite frequently. Of course, like it's not like meant to, but you would much rather see like good mills, but. That's plan B. I mean, that's what happens, right? I think in hindsight, I should have summoned this one instead, but I think I was playing around his Bystial. because I kind of knew that this was coming, so I didn't want him to negate this. And no, but I don't think it mattered though. Yeah, I think it mattered. Because I think I end up going with an anticipation play to where force him to use his Bystial, so he won't get any value off of it because of Bagushka. I think that's what it was. Can't remember, but I have the Void Perm, so I can out it. But I know that if I pass, I'm gonna be threatened with the Zeus line, which is something I'm trying to avoid. So I was like, okay, let's just see where this goes. Go Shen Shen. And once again, I forget that I took out the Lavelion. I was like, oh my god, I keep forgetting. So I go for the Shen Shen just to just get everything banished. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set one Imperm, right? Just to play on the Zeus line. Cause there's no reason to set double, like there's no reason to. And it's a bit more clever because it's unexpected if they fall into the Imperm. Like the amount of times, just try it next time, try it. It's insane. It's a crazy mind game. So he gets no value off of the thing. And then it's a Bystial War, right? Bystial War. And he uses the effect. He goes Beatrice. I Imperm here, right? I Imperm here in the middle column just to prevent any fusion summoning because he didn't open up any way to do it in his turn. So I was like, okay, well I'll just squeeze here, right? I'll squeeze here. And he goes battle phase. I'm like, okay, Zeus incoming. Okay, what am I gonna do? And he tributes for the Bystial and links it away to go for dark. And I was like, oh my god, yes, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to make him oblivious to what you're trying to do, and this is exactly what you wanted to do, because this forces him to go for a sprint play, right? Because he's like, oh, he has no more interactions. Like the Imperm was set. Like, well, okay, what else does he have? And it's hard to anticipate it because you saw that I have a monster. Like, who would like keep the Imperm in hand, knowing that they have a monster? But like, you would have to like next level, like, oh my god, this is crazy. So then he goes and takes it. I'm like, okay, it's fine. And look what he, oh my god, look what he do. Oh my god, I messed up hard. I played in the freaking Imperm column. Oh my god, that is so bad, man. That is, oh my goodness, so bad. That is so. And oh my god, I was so frustrated once I did that. I was like, oh my god, I just lost that. Like, but oh my god, that was so frustrating. That was so frustrating. And then I was like, I messaged him. I was like, so lucky I misplayed because like what does he do after that? What does he do after that? I Imperm this. He passes. I somehow Bystial attack. Just negates it. Right. Brings back to Rukalos. Yeah. But this is exact game. So then now we're going into game 3. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I opened the one up. I mean, it got the job done, right? I do Bystial. I have a Stardust in hand. I'm feeling pretty good. I go for Speeder. And does he have an interaction? He has a Gamma for my Speeder. So I'm like, oh my god, are you kidding me? So I'm forced to pass. So I'm like, okay, hopefully these two bitches get me there. He goes for Sharon, and what happens with Sharon? He misses. Oh my goodness, he misses. I'm like, yes. I mean, that's what you want, right? You want them to not hit anything off of it. You want to whiff. He goes battle phase, attacks 18. And end phase, I go for this guy, but I should have gone for this guy, but I was scared of him like going Bystial. So I tried to anticipate and try to go Bystial this, trigger his Bystial, and then I then change my Bystial, and then get it to search off of that. But it didn't work out. It didn't have it. I read it wrong, and I drew the Jet. And at this point, I'm like, well, pop this. I have a Bystial for a name. It's a bit risky, but like I can't hold off anymore. I have to do something. You know, the other option would have been summon Bystial, search and summon this, go into maybe a Changing, right, and set up a Changing. But I was like, I'm already at this point I'm tilted because I threw game 2, so I'm like, let's just go for it, man. Let's just go for it. If he has a name in hand, he has a name in hand. Okay, fair enough. He goes for Kikalos, and then he sends Havness, right? and then I have my Bystial, and yeah. How crazy is that? Now we just go with the motion of going to where we need to go. He has his Bystial. I have my Shaman Climb. I draw into a Sornier. So I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. I have another Bystial name. I can. What can I do here? I can go for what? A Baron. A Baron. Go attack. Put him on 2 cards. What can his 2 cards be? Right. Negate. Stand my face. Bring back the Excel. Make Baron again. Right. And then have another negation. It loses to have this, but nonetheless, it's still another interaction. And on top of that, I'll still have the Magma, which is wild. It's wild. And he just ended up scooping. So I'm trying to get more tier matches and games and epic games, because that's what you want to see. How does a deck fare against the best decks and the best deck coming into the new format? And nothing changed. Still the same thing. It's still trying out the levy. And yeah, I still want to find a way to add Jet Warrior, because overtaking this is just too powerful, man. Like, overtaking this into Yazi going second is so powerful, because you go Yazi, right? You go Yazi. Well, you go first you go this into this. Search for junk. Search for this if you have this to then have a speeder line. Druid will send it'll prompt a response. Okay, nothing. Okay, Yazi pop. So that's already 2 things, and you already search. It's like it just seems too good not to play. But once again, I'm still not sure about the 40th card. Like the 40th card, like what can this 40th card be? But so far, I'm liking it. It's not bad. And once again, like if you missed the previous video, I mentioned how for side decking, when you go up against anything that's not tiered, you side all this out depending on how relevant it might be versus that matchup. But like, let's say example of the flu, you take all these out. You take all these 15 out. So you take 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 right here, and you put in all these 15 against flu, right? It's just crazy. And then if you go in second against tier, you don't want to see these, so you take these out. Take these 6 out, and you put an impermanent and release. You can manage, because like the opening up double evenly is still pretty good against tier. Like they have 1 crime. Okay, 1 crime is fine. And then you're gonna have imperm as well, so you can imperm the kit. Hopefully they'll get to the crime, and then you can imperm them. You can hold the Bystials. I'm still gonna keep testing, because the new format's gonna be implemented pretty soon, and we'll see how this goes. Because DeFi and macro are like. Yeah, we suffer to that as well. Like that we struggle when all our stuff gets banished. I mean, we can manage, which like we do with Shifter, but we rather just not have that in a format. We just rather, but like there's outs to it, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.